Welcome back to Lisa and Company, where today we are doing a couple of fall Dollar Tree DIYs and a really pretty fall tablescape. If you love budget-friendly DIY design and decor, then make sure you hit that subscribe button so you know every time we upload a video. Today we are participating in a collab organized by my friend Haley over at The Farmer and the Southern Belle. We have 10 great videos, so make sure you check out that playlist below and make sure you watch the entire thing. Okay, first up, I have to prep this little piece and you might recognize it. This is the back off of my beautiful little white truck we did just a few videos ago. Now, make sure you watch this entire video because you guys have been patiently waiting to hear the name of this truck, and I've got it for you today. Once I have that sticker off, it left a whole bunch of residue behind, so I am using some of my pure acetone nail polish remover, and then I'm going to give it a quick sand with a Dollar Tree sanding block. Once that is finished, I am taking some of these great little blocks. I found them at Dollar Tree ages ago, and I am kicking myself for not buying all of them because I have never seen them again. Don't you just hate it when that happens? We're going to glue these on, and they are the perfect size for each one of these corners, and you're going to see in a second exactly what we're doing with this piece. But before we do that, we are going to paint the entire thing in the Rust-Oleum chalked paint in Country Gray. If you guys are enjoying this video, make sure you hit that like button so I know exactly what kind of content to create for you. Alrighty, while that's drying, we're going to move on to the next piece, and you may be wondering what I needed it for. Well, I found two of these pumpkin wreath forms. These were urban legend to me. I have never ever seen them in Canada, and I hit as many Dollar Trees as I can. So Canadian friends and YouTubers, tell me down in the comments, have you ever seen them in your stores, or is this just one of those things that everybody else can get their hands on except me? So what we're going to do is put these together and create one 3D pumpkin. And I'm doing that with a couple of things. I did use a few dabs of E6000, which turned out to be completely unnecessary, and lots of little pieces of paddle wire, and I'm just putting it together in places that aren't too obvious. Now I want this to stand alone, and it's not completely flat on the bottom. So I've taken a whole bunch of my biscuits and piled them on the bottom with a whole bunch of glue, and it's standing up beautifully. So first we're going to paint those again in the Rust-Oleum chalked in the Country Gray, and then I'm going to go in and give this whole frame this kind of cool patina that looks like it's been out in the sun and the wind and the rain for years and years and years, and that I didn't just get at a Dollar Tree a few weeks ago. So I'm just going to take an almost dry brush, and you're going to see here I'm just going to dab it all over the frame. I did the inside, I did the outside, I made sure where the frames were touching that we did a good job, but I just love the way it came out. Now I did make sure to leave some of the black peeking through again. So this could look either way. It could look like the gray paint is flaking off, or it could look like the gray was the base. Like I said, I think it came out really cool. For this next DIY, we're going to create some buffalo plaid coasters. So I've gone along with a pencil and I've labeled all the ones that have to be black or gray. Now here's a tip with these. These are the little blocks you get from the Dollar Tree, and they are rough. So I am making sure that all the cut ends are tucked in and not at the top, and all the finished ones, which is actually the side of the wood, is on top. So I'm using my white and gray from the Rust-Oleum chalked paint line, and then I'm using the black from Dollar Tree, just their little acrylic paint. This is fun, but it's messy. Izzy and I were doing this together. She was working on the ones just beside me, and we were both covered in paint. But these little kitchen mats from Dollar Tree do make cleanup really easy. Do you guys use these? I've just started, and I am so glad I'm using them now. Once it's time to assemble, I just put a little blob of my Gorilla Wood Glue down on the mat, and I'm just dipping my finger in it and gluing them together. So this is going really quickly, so you don't catch a couple of times where I go to put the wrong ones in, but you do have to pay attention when you're assembling this. Once you get going, it certainly comes together. Now I was going to tape this, but I decided as soon as I was done, I knew that Gorilla Glue would hold it really well, so I just hit it with a couple of coats of my matte finish Mod Podge. Time to start putting this tablescape together with all our fall DIYs we've done so far. This is not actually a table runner, it's a half a blanket that I actually found going into the garbage at a thrift store, grabbed it for free. This tray is actually made out of a table leaf, and I'm going to link the video where I did that below so you can see how I made it. And there is my beautiful three-dimensional pumpkin centerpiece. You can see why I needed that piece on the bottom because I'm going to be adding a candle there. So first things first, I'm going to take some of these fall leaves from the Dollar Tree, and you guys, I love these. Dollar Tree has improved their greenery so much in the last year or so that I don't even look at Michael's anymore. So I'm taking one of my pillar candles. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find my battery operated ones, but I am going to swap that out just because I'm not sure what effect the flame would have on this frame. So I'm going to keep adding pumpkins and all kinds of great fall decor all around this centerpiece until we get it just right. Now, just right means that I end up taking a few things apart and adding some different stuff. This is greenery from the Dollar Tree, and again, I just really want to fill this up and spread it out. And this frame, well, I don't want to overdo it, and you can notice I didn't put any ribbon on top. So depending on what look you're going for, you could certainly add ribbon and bows and all kinds of stuff. But again, this fall, I've been kind of aiming for that more industrial vibe and kind of loving it so far. So I'm going to keep adding some beautiful fall decor all around this, some extra leaves I had from another project, but we are nearing the finish line. All of these pieces actually came from Dollar Tree and were either used just the way I got them or DIYs, and I'll make sure I link those videos down below so you can see how to make them for yourself. I think this came together so nice. I am just thrilled with it. Now, lots and lots of different pieces here, lots of different pumpkins. I love my little twine one and all of these that I made along the way. The D-ring clips, the really pretty white one. Just love her. And I think putting them all together gives them a beautiful home for early fall. These coasters came out even better than I anticipated, and I guarantee you I'm going to make a couple more of these so I can actually use them as coasters in the living room. Now, what makes a centerpiece even better? Well, in my opinion, it's twinkle lights. So I took a set of the Dollar Tree twinkle lights, added a couple of batteries, and this is a beautiful evening look. In fact, once I was finished filming this, I just left it on until I went to bed because, oh my goodness, there's nothing like a little bit of candlelight and some twinkle lights to make a tablescape look beautiful. Now we interrupt this video for a very important announcement. Yes, the vintage truck finally has a name. You guys were amazing coming up with names, but I would like to introduce you to Lily Bell. She got that name because lily of the valley is one of my very favorite flowers, and Bell, well, that comes from Isabel, and I cannot think of a better combination. Thanks as always, you guys, for stopping by Lisa and Company. We really appreciate it. Don't forget to check out the entire playlist linked below and check out all the great DIYs and tablescapes my friends have done for you. Have a super day, you guys. We'll see you soon.